Hello, my man. Welcome back. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. And this is the Valiant Lifestyle. If you haven't checked out my channel before, I am so happy that you're here. Welcome. On this channel, I help men become more valiant. I help men become the best versions of themselves yet. Now, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I would love to invite you to do that. Simply hit the subscribe button, subscribe all, the little black bell. Well, it's a little white bell, but it's in the black drop down. That will signal you, notify you whenever there's a new video of mine available. All right, so let's get started. Today I wanted to talk about, and I've been with this in my head for about 3 days, but I really wanted to talk to how you lead, and more to the tune of how she doesn't like your leadership. Now, here's what I've determined in my own relationship. I've determined that my wife will signal me, will show me different symptoms, different things that she wants me to change. And there are moments when she gets upset trying to understand why I can't see it in a way that she does. Now, what she will do is she's got a whole bunch of things that she does to communicate with me. But what we've really worked on and what we've really gotten really good at is when things come up for us, when things come up for her, she lets me know in a way that I can understand what she means, and she communicates with me her feelings. And to be quite honest, why is that different now than it has been before? Because we've been working on it for months. We've been working on this for months, and I'm so proud of us for doing just this. So, leadership. I have seen many men, and in their relationships, they will talk to me about, she doesn't listen to me. She doesn't really understand how I feel. She abuses and does not love me in a way that I want. You know, of course, man has another way of saying that. He will say, well, she does this and she does that, and she makes fun of this, and there's sarcastic that, and that's how we do it, right? That's how we express ourselves. And I'm not making fun of that. I'm just saying that that's how we communicate to other men what our women are doing. What I have grasped from all this is a few things. She is unimpressed with our leadership, and she will show us in a way that we do not like. And it'll come out as slights, it'll come out as sarcasm, it will come out even as bits of rage. It will come out insofar as to withdraw and hold back on things. And that could be, I'm getting this for me, you don't deserve any. I'm getting this thing, this is for me. Now, you would say, well, that might be honoring boundaries. True. Here's where I'm going to go with that. You do not have a great relationship with yourself. You do not know how to lead yourself. When it comes to the routines and rituals that I've determined within myself, I will give you this example first. I was really poor at looking after myself 6 months ago when it came to my fitness, when it came to my body, my own body. And it took me 6 months to wiggle something in where it started to make sense to me, and that was my own adaptation to breath work and meditation. And then what I ended up doing with that, because I'm a former marathon runner, and what I've used over and over again as fitness is just running, just cardio over and over and over. No, people will say, well, that's so hard on your legs, it's so hard on your joints. Yes and no. I'll get into that in another time. But what the bad thing about that for me was that I was not using and balancing other fitness. Now, where does this all come together in leadership? I didn't know how to incorporate this within my own program, even as I've had a personal trainer in the past. I didn't know how to do that. So while I'm sitting trying to fumble my way through, how do I work out? How do I feed my body? How do I do this consistently? It took me until August this year to get to a place where I started to feel good about setting a consistent rhythm, and that was breathwork, meditation. It was a fitness routine that ended up being 3 to 4 to 5. I got up to 5 times a week doing exercise. And what happened with that was I started to realize how important that was to me. Never, ever, ever, men, think that what you're doing does not have an impact on your wife. It has every ounce of an impact, because what you're not doing with you, you're not doing with her. She is relying on you as a bit of a template to get started, to get going, so that she can figure out what she needs to do. It's a benchmark. It is some sort of way that she can go, okay, Jesse does this, Alex does this, Paul does this, Scotty does this, Rossi does this. I can do something similar, but I can modify my workout so that I don't have to do 30 reps of this. I can do 20 instead, or I can do that. How does that relate to leadership? Because what you're doing is you're signaling to her that your body, that what you're doing is important. And that is very important. Your body is going to be the thing that drives everything. You hear me? It's going to be the thing that drives everything. It is going to be where you get your energy. It is going to be where you get your drive. It is going to be the all out, how do I feel about myself today? Mind, body, and spirit. How do I feel about myself today? Well, if my physique is off, it throws everything off. Everything. If I'm not doing a little bit for me, then I'm not doing enough. And that is crazy when you think of it. But so your body is the first thing. The second is cashing in the relationship. So that is feeding the relationship. That is making dates. That is time management. And it looks like blocking out Saturdays, maybe 2 a month, where you do something together. And it could be just small stuff. It doesn't have to be you go out to dinner. It could be you make dinner, but you make it special. You put candles on the table. You use special napkins. You do anything like that. They love it. Your wife, your spouse, your significant other, your partner is waiting, salivating for you to do something where they feel special to them. Or where you make them feel special to you. Okay? The third thing is finances. If you're not getting in deep, understanding the inner works of your relationship, as far as finances, who does what, who contributes what, you are making way for a lot of strife. Strife from the wife. Okay? You got to have boundaries too. And that makes all of this work. So it looks like this. I have set out time as a New Year's resolution. So this is just for an example. If you're looking for a place to jump off from here, look at it like this. Look at it like this, my man. I want your full attention at this point. Setting boundaries looks like this. Every morning, from now on, I am taking an hour. And that hour is going to be where I just sit there and I try and meditate, try and figure it out. Okay? No more of this, I don't know how to do it. Try and figure it out. Watch a couple videos and figure it out. I did. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to do a few exercises. You could do 10 reps of this, 15 reps of that, 20 reps of that. Do 10 push-ups. Do 15 sit-ups. Do 25 jumping jacks, or 20, okay? Just something simple. Then start a little journal entry. Get a brand new journal, get a brand new notebook at a stationery store or wherever, and write a paragraph, okay? After all of that, how do I feel? I feel like this. I feel like this. I feel like I could have done this. I feel like just get it out. Get it out. You don't have to write more than 5 to 6 sentences, but just anything. Your emotions. I feel angry right now. I feel great right now. I finally done this. Do this every day. Commit to doing this every day. Half hour to an hour. You start to set boundaries around this. This is my me time. You give yourself something to lead with. So when your wife says, "Oh, you're going out again, are you?" Or, "Well, you're taking a lot of time there, aren't you?" Or, "Why are you doing that? You've never done that before." "Well, I should be doing something like that, but..." Okay, just stick to you on this one. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to start setting up the date nights, okay? You are going to get a hold of your own schedule, and you're going to map out 3 to 6 months ahead. 3 to 6 months ahead. 2 days. 2 Saturdays. You're going to do 2 weekdays a month. I would do a weekday every week in that month as well. So what does that look like? 2 Saturdays a month for 3 to 6 months. A weeknight sometime in there. Figure it out. You've got kids. Figure it out. Get a sitter. Your relationship is imperative that you do this for your relationship. Okay? The next thing you do, get serious about your finances. Now that Christmas is over, now the dust is starting to settle, you're starting to become aware of where you are and what's going on, your debt, your job, whatever. Get plugged in. Get plugged in. Because when it comes to all of this, the last thing that I'm going to say to you again with your boundaries is, when it comes to discussions, when it comes to what you should be doing, you're starting to understand what boundaries are, because you're starting to take time in the morning when it comes to taking time for yourself. And this is why you're so resentful, and this is why she's not listening, because you don't have an example of what you should be doing to lead yourself. How can you lead her? This is why she's upset, because you're not leading the relationship in a way that she wants. This is why you're getting all the gaff, my man. This is why you're getting the anger. Because you're not doing it enough, or you're not doing it in a way that is good enough for you. You're mediocre, subpar. Now, it took me a while to figure this out. And this was all me. This was all me. I was not leading my relationship in a way that I could have done better for my wife. I was not leading it in a way that she liked. So she was trying to tell me in every other way what that should have been like for her, what she really wanted. And it meant that there were moments that she was angry with me. It meant that there was moments where she was sad. It meant that there were some tense moments of irritation and withdrawal. But I started to figure out what it meant. And it meant that she wanted the quality time. She wanted to be loved in a certain way. And you can do all of that. But first and foremost here, set boundaries. And if you don't know what those are, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. You're going to call me. You're going to book a time with me. You're going to book a 30-minute complimentary call, and we're going to develop a plan so that you can figure out how to save this relationship. And I'm going to help you, because I know how to do this. I've been a coach for 15 years. And I've coached relationships, I've coached men, I've coached women. I know what this is about. This is about you. And it's finally time to take matters into your own hands and to figure out how to develop a relationship with yourself so that you can take that template and show others what that looks like, especially your kids, because your kids are watching. So do that 30-minute complimentary call with me. I want to hear from you. And on that note, thank you for watching. Let's do this.